All right, look, before we get to the title, the Brooke Spence update, I like to throw in a little bit of bonus information in there for you guys before we get to it. So let me get right to it. And this is, look, a lot of these other guys, they chop it up to 3 or 4 videos, but I'll just put it all into one quick video. That way you get your money's worth. But Mikey Garcia, Adrian Broner. Now there's a real possibility that fight's going to happen, because right now Mikey Garcia, he's talking with Showtime, and they're basically saying, look, if you want a fight deal, like a 2 or 3 fight deal, these fighters, they sign deals with networks like HBO or whoever, like a guaranteed slot on their network. And they're basically telling Mikey Garcia, we'll give you a deal, but we want a guaranteed Adrian Broner, Mikey Garcia, in X amount of months or years, whatever it may be. So that's on the horizon. That's a good thing. I'd like to see it, wouldn't you? But now, Gervonta Davis. Okay, look. I kind of did a reaction video after the Davis and Liam Walsh fight, but just kind of want to talk about a few things real quick, and then I'll get to some more breaking news that I guarantee you probably make your jaw hit the floor. It's like that shit was crazy. With that whole Darrell situation, that shit was crazy. But Gervonta Davis, okay. A lot of people, look, there's a lot of hype going on with Gervonta Davis right now, and I'm not buying into the hype yet. Okay, I think he has what it takes. He definitely passed the eye test. Won the belt from Pedraza. By the way, that was on the Badu Jack and James DeGale undercard. I know a lot of people don't know that, but that's where he won the belt. And before that, really, he was like fighting nobody. So, you got to kind of look at what happened. You got Davis fighting, in front of crowds like 700-800 people, right? Just nobodies on his resume. Then, he jumps in, he hooks up with Mayweather. Okay, remember, Adrian Broner introduced Davis to Mayweather. Mayweather basically lines him up for, a couple of somewhat known names, right? Again, we're talking venues with maybe like 1,000 people. Then they get into the Pedraza fight, wins the belt, and he goes over to the UK to defend that belt. Now, after the fight, Liam Walsh, he did say, he's like, yeah, it's kind of intimidating having the whole, money team entourage there, and it was very distracting, and he got caught up in all the the back and forth banter, the arguing, and the, just the build up. And and I think, according to him, he was caught cold. He didn't expect Davis to come out like that, and hit that hard and just come out, fast like he did. But regardless, I don't think it mattered. Even if he would have made it out of that 3rd round, I think Davis could have stopped him in any round. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 9th, to whatever. I think Davis, he was clearly outclassed. But yeah, I'm not jumping on that hype train just yet. So, all right, let me get in other news. Okay, we remember Anthony Darrell. Okay, I did a video. I'm sure you guys know. He just fought Jose. I can't remember what's his last name. Like Yatseki. I can't remember. Anyway, Jose. Can't think of his last name right now. I don't really have any notes in front of me. But there was a questionable punch. We'll call it a questionable punch at the bell. Darrell goes down. Basically, I think he took the easy way out. He maybe he was a little bit buzzed, but he kind of played it up like he's knocked out. But I hear a lot of you guys in the comment section talking, and I think most of you agree with me that he played it up a little bit, or played it up a lot. Took the easy way out. He could have got back up, taken a few minutes and continued. But long story short, his uncle walks over and hits him with a 2-piece. Boom, boom, right? And even the UK fans, I listened to a talk show earlier today, and they were talking about how he hits like a girl, and the uncle should be embarrassed. It's like, and he's his trainer too. He's like, what kind of trainer throws a punch like that? And it did. It looked like this sloppy, like schoolyard punch. A left hook and then a straight, and then when he threw the straight right, it hit him in the chest, or whatever. And then Jose just ate that shit and looked at him like, what the fuck, what are you doing, man? Like, what are you, like, there a bug on my chin or something? You know, he just looked at him like he wasn't even hurt. You know, he just looked at him. But anyway, now they have a warrant for his arrest. So, whatever county, which I don't know, I could probably look it up, but whatever county that took place in, they now have a warrant for Darrell's uncle, you know, for his arrest. So that's, I mean, it's getting serious. And they're also, I mean, they're talking about, you know, pretty much banning him from boxing, period. And it kind of reminded me of like that whole Zab Judah Mayweather, I think it was Mayweather, where they had that big brawl. Remember that at the end of the fight where Zab Judah, yeah, I think it was Zab Judah that got, or his whole team actually got suspended because they had like this big brawl at the end. I'm pretty sure it was in the Mayweather fight. But, you know, so I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, give you guys a quick update. You know, like I said, Mikey Garcia, Adrian Broner, a good possibility, you know, for a Showtime fight. Gervonta Davis, you know, like I said, I'm not buying into it yet. I think a lot of it is the Mayweather influence. And of course, Darrell's uncle is a wanted man. Like, he has an active warrant, and he'll probably go turn himself in, from what I've heard. But, okay, look, getting into Brooke Spence, okay? Now, look, Brook defending the IBF, it'll be his 4th time defending the title. I know a lot of people say, you know, he hasn't really fought anyone since Sean Porter, and I wouldn't disagree, other than Gennady Golovkin. But obviously the belt wasn't on the line in that fight. But yeah, it'll be his 4th title defense. And on the, let's see, on the undercard will be who was that? Damn, I wish I had notes. It was George Groves and Chednikov. Yeah, George Groves and Chednikov on the undercard. So, you know, it's looking like a good fight so far. I'm talking about on the Spence Brook undercard. And that'll be George Groves, his 4th attempt to win a world title, and it'll be at 168. He's trying to win the vacant WBA super middleweight title. Okay, so, you know, I think that'll be a pretty good fight, you know, leading up to it. So I think we'll have a good fight there with Groves and Chednikov leading up to the Spence Brook fight. Now, the odds, I thought this was interesting. The odds in the UK are 6-4, meaning, and it's for Spence, okay? So, like, he's the favorite. So, I mean, I'm thinking, like, damn, I mean, you would think in Brook's own backyard he would be the favorite, but no, he's not. The Spence is the favorite right now. So, I mean, like, let's put it this way. If you put $100 down on the fight to on Brook, you'll win $150. So he's the underdog. I mean, according to the odds, you know, to all the gambling people that like to gamble out there, you know, you might. I mean, really, look, I got Brook winning. So I mean, shit, I'd put like 200 on Brook, and then you're gonna win like, you know, 450. So man, if I knew how to gamble legally, but which I can't here, but if I knew how, I would. Because man, I could make a fortune, but you know, I couldn't believe that he was the favorite, you know, over Brook. Now, getting into that injury that I was just showing you a picture of there from the Gennady Golovkin fight, you know, I've wondered what's going on with that eye, right? Is it going to be a problem in the fight? Now, according to his coach Dominic Ingold, they've been sparring, you know, he said middleweights and super middleweights, and Brook's been just taking a lot of punishment to that eye, and so far so good. He said it held up fine. So you know, we'll see. And another interesting thing he also mentioned is they had a 16-week training camp for, you know, for the upcoming fight. And I thought, damn, that's a long camp, because Spence, they had like an 8 to 9 week. You know, I mean, you got to think that's like, let's see, 4, 8, 12, that's a 4-month training camp leading up to the Spence fight. So I don't know. I mean, you know, I kind of thought, well, is he overtrained? You know, because I mean, we've heard a lot of guys that are over. I mean, look at like Ricky Hatton. You know, he was always complaining that Mayweather overtrained him, and that's why he lost. You know, to what Pacquiao. He took another loss too. I know the Pacquiao lost, but he said he was overtrained. which I don't know what that has to do with getting knocked out, because, you know, when you get knocked out in the early rounds, that didn't have shit to do with being overtrained, right? But, you know, I'm just wondering if, you know, Brooke might be a little burnt out, because, I mean, damn, a 4-month training camp? Like, that's a long time. But anyway, he was talking about where they put the, here I have a picture of it, let me get back to it. He was talking about where they put the metal plate, and he said they had to go through his mouth, okay, like the roof of his mouth, like drill up and put a plate, you know, under the right eye, like on the bottom. So it was broken on the bottom, right there, where you can kind of see right here. You see those like 3 little dots, boom, boom, boom. So they had to drill a hole. See, there's his back molar, like through his mouth, kind of, is what he was talking about. And then they put a metal plate in there, but he said that it's like totally healed now. So, but he said he felt good, and he doesn't think it'll be a problem. And like I said, he's been training with, you know, heavy hitters in the gym, and so far his eye's holding up just fine. But look, here's Brooke talking about his chocolate brownie. What the fuck is it? You know, I had to like go look that up. Chocolate brownie. He's like telling Earl Spence, like, I'm gonna give you a chocolate brownie, and then that's his right hand, I guess. But yeah, the metal plate though, and actually I knew a guy that had the same injury, and I looked it up online, and it said it takes about 3 months for that type of injury to heal. Now, it's probably different when you're a boxer. I'm sure they mean 3 months, like if you work in an office, right? But I don't know. I'm just wondering if that eye is going to be any kind of an issue. So let me end it on this this whole Jeff Lacey thing. Okay, look, every time I talk to a UK fan about any fighter from America going over to UK, it's Jeff Lacey this and Jeff Lacey and Joe Calzaghe. I mean, it's all the fuck I hear about, right? It's like, so everyone is saying, you know, and I listened to like 3 different interviews today, and they all brought up Jeff Lacey, you know, the American fighter that went over to the UK, and Joe Calzaghe just completely schooled Jeff Lacey, right? You remember this, okay? And if not, look it up. It was a good fight. I mean, well, he got schooled, but you know, everyone likes to bring that up. So, and then I would bring up, well, what about when Crawford went over there, you know, and beat Burns, right? Okay. Or when Timothy Bradley went over to the UK and beat Witter, you know, so, or Junior Witter. Remember, look up Timothy Bradley, Junior Witter, or Terrence Crawford and Ricky Burns. So, you know, it can go both ways. But look, anytime you ask a UK fan about the fight, you know, it's like they want to talk about Jeff Lacey, and I'm just like, you know, that's not how boxing works. You can't just, you know, just take something that Joe Calzaghe did and just apply it to every fight, right? So, yeah, I mean, they really need to get off that shit there. And then another thing his coach brought up was the Chris Algieri fight. Okay, because, you know, Spence is basically saying, you know, look, you can't keep writing, you know, that you got beat by Gennady Golovkin. He's like, there's no constellation prize, okay? Well, then Dominic Ingle fired back. He's like, well, you know, they fought Chris Algieri after an 18-month layoff from a Manny Pacquiao beatdown, okay? He's like, you know, Pacquiao knocked him down 3 or 4 times, just beat the shit out of him, and then Earl Spence comes in, you know, after that, after an 18-month layoff. So, you know, it kind of goes both ways, right? But I will admit that they are, you know, constantly talking about the Golovkin fight, you know, so I don't like that. So look, like I said, I'm gonna stick to my prediction. I've got Brooke winning by decision. I think a lot of people are going to call it a robbery. You know, I think it's going to be a lot of close, tight rounds, and yeah, I mean, and the reason I say that is because I think Spence, I think he's really jumping a level, right? I mean, you know, he's green, and he, you know, okay, he beat Algieri. Okay, I'll give him that. You know, his you know, claim to fame, the Mayweather sparring sessions when he went from Dallas down there to the Mayweather gym and, you know, gave Mayweather a black eye and hurt him and whatever. You know, we've heard the rumors. I made a video about it. But I think Spence is completely jumping a level here. You know, I think he should have built up to a Kell Brook, but right now they think Kell Brook is damaged goods. Okay, so that's what they're doing. They're going after that IBF, and you know, they think he's damaged goods. You know, he's got pretty long layoff here. He's had a long camp. You know, a major eye injury. You know, things like that. You know, and look, Brook. You know, he's never had to handle defeat. You know, he had to learn how to lose because he never lost. So, you know, they're trying to capitalize on the moment, but I really think it's going to backfire on him. I really do. And I don't think it has shit to do with Jeff Lacey and Joe Calzaghe. but anyway, look, I'll leave it at that. You know, I wasn't even going to make a video today, but you know, I decided to kind of throw it out there. And just for the future update, you know, I talked about how in May coming up, you know, we're going to have the studio where I'll be back in front of the camera, and I'm getting my press creds for Gennady Golovkin and Canelo. You know, we got a lot of good things coming up, and that's if the channel doesn't get shut down. So I don't know if you guys watched my other video. I'm having problems right now with YouTube and Google. I'm trying to get my account verified, and basically they sent my information to the wrong address, and they only give you a certain amount of time to verify. Like, if you notice, I can't even put an ad in front of any of my videos right now, so I'm just doing this for free. So, you know, this proves to you guys that I just love what I do, and I'm not just like trying to throw out a bunch of garbage because, you know, for the past like 2 or 3 days, I'm not making a penny. This is just for you. This is just for you guys. So, but hopefully I get that worked out and I don't have to shut the channel down. But, you know, we'll see. So anyway, leave your comment below. What do you think? What do you think about the Mikey Garcia-Broner fight? You know, what do you think about Gervonta Davis? You know, do you think that Earl Spence, do you think he's kind of jumping a couple of levels here? You know, it's kind of like going from the 2nd grade to the 8th grade. You know, there's a lot of in between that he's not doing. So, I mean, what do you guys think? How do you think it'll play out? Leave your comment below. I love hearing, you know, your feedback and your opinion. That's you know, that's the joy I get out of it. You know, I don't really care about making the videos. I like to read the comments. So leave a comment, and I'll hit you up.